So we are here today to talk Christmas, Christmas music, in fact, with Dr. Julie Carter, who is the music director of Soli Deo Gloria. Did I say that right?
Yep, you got it.
Okay. And before we talk about the concert itself, I just have to show you Julie's amazing Christmas tree. This is like crazy. So I'm going to like pan back and pan up. Look at how tall that is. Julie, how tall is your tree?
About 11 feet.
And this is you're obviously a Christmas person.
I am, very much so.
Your home is beautifully decorated. And how many ornaments do you have on this tree?
I counted them last year, about 350.
That is amazing. And how long did it take you to decorate?
You know, it's a day's work because you have to start with the lights and you need a tall ladder. And then you get lots of lights on, and then you start adding the balls, and then you have to get the really important ornaments that you love the most and make sure that they all are, strategically located and balanced,
You are an artist, so you have to make it work.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be nice to kind of offer an introduction of the concert in front of your tree, because this is a Christmas concert, and this is a very special concert because you will be performing for the first time. For how long? How long has it been?
Let's see. Well, we gave our last concert 2 years ago in November 8th, 2019. And when the pandemic hit, we were just 2 or 3 weeks shy of being able to present our Mozart concert. So 2 years.
So that has been a long time. And I know for singers who find it so important and special to be able to sing together, how have you been handling that?
Well, we didn't sing for a long time, and we weren't able to gather. And so in the 1st of September, we had our first rehearsal, and it was joyous to get together and sing. And we have been rehearsing in masks to be safer, but for the performance, we're allowed to not wear masks. So we're thrilled about that.
Well, great. Well, let's head into your music room.
Okay.
And we'll sit at the piano and maybe talk a little bit more about the concert.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
As we said, this concert is all Christmas music.
Yep.
And we're actually going to talk about a couple of the pieces specifically. I thought we'd give a little musical selection for people. But maybe tell me, how do you program a concert like this? What goes into your decision-making process in terms of which songs to offer?
Well, I always say so much music, so little time. And when I go through music, I generally have just hundreds of pieces. And as the year goes by, I'm thinking in my head, gee, what would I like to do? And I'm always looking for pieces that are unusual, that are advanced, that are challenging. And so I was thinking it would be good to do a ceremony of carols. The group hadn't sung in 2 years, and everybody's out of shape. So I promised everyone I wouldn't pick the hardest music I could find, which I often try to do. And
just to interject there, you really offer some challenging fare in some of your concerts in terms of different languages,
yeah.
Some really tough notes to sing, actually.
Yeah, that's why I started the group, was to have a group that could do that. Yeah, so I look for things like that. Online, I own a lot of music, and so, I'm always looking for good things. So this time I thought, a ceremony of carols is well loved. Many people have either heard it or sung it, so they're familiar with it. And I'd conducted it before, and I thought this might be a really nice piece to do when you hadn't been singing for a while. And then I just looked for other pieces that would go well with it, and then pretty soon you're looking for variety. And you want to have music also that the audience will know and enjoy.
So could you play just a little bit of a ceremony of carols for us?
I can. It begins and ends with a medieval chant. goes on and the choir enters with that. They sing a ceremony of carols. There's a total of 9 other movements, and then they recess to the same medieval chant.
Sounds like a great way to kind of set the scene.
It is. It is. The second movement is Volkum Yule, which is Welcome Yule. And the choir, this is accompanied by harp, by the way. Laura Porter does a fabulous job. So, Volkum. It's very bell-like. Sorry. And a little imitation halfway through. It's just very exciting, welcoming Yule. All right. Then you have a lovely song, There Is No Rose of Such Virtue. And the harp has an ostinato. Then the choir comes in. Like that. Following There Is No Rose is a beautiful solo, That Young a Child. And it's with harp, and it comes in with just this very mournful motive. And then she sings, That young child, when it can weep. Following that, connected, they think of it as one song, Balulalo, which is the lullaby, right? So the harp. Comes in. And then there's a fun song as Dew in April, which just talks about like maybe the mystery of God. And then there's this cool piece that a lot of choirs will do. A ceremony of carols is also set for SATB choir. It's been, modified for that. And it's like a stretto fugue. And people come in, this little babe, so few days old, is come to rifle Satan's fold. And then it goes into 2-part imitation and then 3-part imitation. And it's just a really great piece to sing. Following that is a harp solo. And it's a beautiful, demanding harp solo, as I understand. And then we've got In Freezing Winter Night, which has a really delicate ostinato by the harp that almost makes you imagine a shivering baby. Sorry. And so the harp plays that, or something similar to that throughout. And they talk about a tender babe in freezing winter night. Then there's a little spring carol by a duet. And then Deo Gratias, giving thanks for Adam, talking about that he fell because he ate the apple. And then the song, the work ends with the recession. And so the choir walks out to that same medieval Gregorian chant. And there you have a ceremony of carols. Soli Deo Gloria, we're in our 13th season, and I started the choir. I wanted a real advanced group. And I started talking to some people that had sung for me before, and they were really excited. And it's a women's choir, and we are organized to sing the most beautiful music we can to the glory of God, hence our name, Soli Deo Gloria, which we took from the practice of Johann Sebastian Bach, the famous composer, was that he would sign many of his manuscripts Soli Deo Gloria. So we decided, well, that's good for him, that's good for us, so that's our name. And we give 2 concerts a year, sometimes 3, but just we try to sing beautiful music, and I try to find also challenging music that, just because as a professional, you want to stay fresh, right? So, and it's made up of people from all around the valley, in many walks of life.
So we will talk about then a couple of other pieces, and these are actually pretty familiar, or at least a familiar title for folks. But
Yeah.
Jingle Bells actually has more of a history than just kind of somebody knocking it off really fast, right?
Yeah. Did you know it was composed in 1850
I did not.
in Medford, Massachusetts, and it was originally called One Horse Open Sleigh. And it was the composer was James Lord Pierpont, and he wrote it to commemorate the town's annual sleigh ride races around Thanksgiving. And the earliest recording in existence is 1898, and you can actually find it on YouTube. It's really incredible. But it had 4 verses, and we're familiar with the first one, maybe the first 2. The third one talks about a guy falling out of the sleigh and people kind of making fun of him. But sometimes we only know the refrain. But most people can kind of make it through 2 verses.
And do you do all 4?
No, this arrangement has 2.
Has 2, okay.
Yeah.
So, but if you want, you can go and listen to that original.
Yeah, just Google original. They recorded it in 1889 on an Edison cylinder, and they can't find that recording anymore, but there is one from 1898. It's online. Yeah.
How fun. So in your concert, you're going to be doing 2 different versions of the piece?
I call it Jingle Bells 1 and Jingle Bells 2. And so the first one is really rhythmic, and it does have an accompaniment. I chose to do it a cappella. I think it's more fun for us to do it a cappella, but it has if you do the piano, it has a nice rhythmic intro, and then the second sopranos, ching 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 ching, and then the altos come in a little bit under that, and then there's a little play of fa la 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 la, alto, fa la 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 la, and they play around with that, and then you sing the verse, and you keep that little ting 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 going on underneath it, and then it gets the altos often complain that they have no interesting parts. Many composers give them 1 or 2 notes, right? Well, they get a nice jazzy line here. They get to sing jingle 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 bells, jingle 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 bells. So fun little interest there. Then the melody comes in slowly. Okay, and then it moves into the horse was leaning lane. Right? So lots of playful stuff going on. Then the melody moves around. So it's in different voices. And then there's a spot where sopranos have a nice little chromatic line. Right? So I think it's interesting. And it's not a straightforward, ching, ching, ching. It's got playful little things going on. And then at the very end, it just moves into, it has a little extra melody. O'er the fields we go, o'er the fields we go. So it's got interest in it, it's not a dull arrangement. I like that part of it. The second one, however, so this had 2 verses, okay? The second one is just the refrain, and it's jazzy and it's slow. So it's got like added 6th chords and some 7th chords, and it's just the chorus. It ends at the very end, it crescendos, and it starts low on an U vowel, which is closed, and then the vowel opens up to O as it crescendos, and it ends up with an ah as its forte, so it goes. So, 2 distinctly different arrangements of a fun old tune.
Very, very nice. Why do you think Jingle Bells is so universally beloved? And is it the melody? Is it?
I think it's the melody. I think it's
It's
the melody.
what really has just grabbed people for.
I think so. And as soon as it makes you happy. I have a set of real Jingle Bells. When I say real, you would use them in an orchestra, right? It's a good set. And as soon as you start playing those, it makes you happy. You just, you imagine, even if it never snows where you live at Christmas, you imagine that.
And so what can we look forward to?
Well, on March 25th, we are going to present Mozart and more. And so 2 years ago, we were planning this concert. It's the Mass in C by Mozart. It's often called the Sparrow Mass. And so we're going to present that with a little string orchestra and trumpets, and along with other music. But that's coming up March 25th. Yeah.
Well, that sounds exciting. And again, it will be something that you get to do that you weren't able to do for a while. So
Yes.
I think it'll make it even more special.
We'll be able to finally perform that music along with other musicians who are excited to play. Everybody's just glad to be able to make music again. We're thrilled.
Tell us about your concert. How can people go?
Our concert is going to be Friday, December 10th at 7:30 p.m. at University Presbyterian Church. And I invite people to come at 7 for a pre-concert talk where I tell you some interesting things about the music you're about to hear. Tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the door, $12 for students, and you can buy them at brownpapertickets.com or sdgchoir.com.
Well, great. Well, Julie, thank you for giving us this little sneak preview of your Christmas concert and for showing us your beautiful home.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming, and I hope everybody will come to our concert.
Fantastic.